Day 608, 22 for 22. Good morning. I hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight and do not quit. Alright, so did 3 days of talking about breakups because they seem to put a lot of people on the edge of the cliff, and we need to realize that things are going to get better. Now today, I'm going to discuss something a little bit more, I wouldn't say more serious, but more pressing, I guess. And this will be a few-part series. And it's a conversation I had with the admin group of one of the groups I'm in, and we're talking about the differences between World War II and now. And I've talked about this before, but I think it needs a readdress. Just every so often, touch back on it. You know, and first thing I'm going to say is I'm not calling anybody in this generation or my generation weak for what we've gone through, whether it's training or combat. But people will say that our World War II guys and our Korea veterans and our Vietnam veterans didn't seem to suffer PTSD as much as we do now. I think that is incorrect. I think the diagnosis of it has gotten better, and that is why we see it more now. Now, also, the World War II guys and the Korea guys most definitely were raised a lot different than we were. A lot rougher, a lot harder, and a lot more austere. Our World War II veterans came through the Depression. Rough time where there was little, and if you couldn't hack it, you didn't make it. Not in the military, in life. Just the Depression weeded out the weak, for lack of a better word. They had to put up with a lot more hardships, so it made them harder mentally than we are, where our generation, we haven't, before the military, faced anything really hard. Everything is right there for us and has been for many years. Innovations back in World War II through the 70s have made life pretty easy. Entertainment at our fingertips. We don't have to go out and throw rocks at houses to have fun. You know, the going outside and playing has gone to playing video games. So there's a different lifestyle being led now. Now, does that make us weak? That's up to you to decide. I just think it's different. There's a different mindset. There's a different problem-solving dynamic that they had back then versus now. If we can't solve it in 30 seconds, throw it out. And you can't tell me I'm wrong there. Everything in our economy is designed to be thrown away to be purchased again. Whereas the TVs in the 40s, 50s, well, 50s, 60s, 70s, even the 80s, you could take it apart, fix a part, and you had the TV working again. Now they just tell you to throw it away and go get another one. And that's even the expensive flat screens. And actually, for the first projection screens, you could actually fix those too. Change the bulb and fix your, I forgot what they call it now, I've done it, where you adjust your bulbs so they become one again. Anyway, it's just a big difference. Also with combat, there was the magic carpet rides back home after the war. You had your training. To walk it through the best I understand our history of our military in World War II. You had your draft, and then you had your volunteers. You got sent to basic training, did your 8 to 8 weeks or whatever, and then learned your job, a lot of it, on the fly. They would train you and then ship you where you were going, and then you get trained by the unit there. Good morning, B. Here's my lovely, 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 lovely young lady, Barbara. Mwah. Love you. So they get to their unit in Germany, or not in Germany, in England, or wherever they were staging in the Pacific, train up, and then get thrown into battle, and then get pulled to the rear area. And they were fighting a uniformed military largely. There was a civilian population, and our bombers bombed them, our fighters strafed them, and that's in each theater. And sometimes the civilians fought, but not very often, so to speak. The American and, well, the Allied troops fought a uniformed enemy. We don't see that as much now, and I'll get into that in a different video. But I think fighting a uniformed military with set battle lines, fluid but set, makes a difference. And then when the war was over, and also there wasn't these year-end tours, it was you go until you're either wounded or the enemy was defeated. Total war. We don't do that anymore. It is, we go through basic training, we go through our advanced training, we go to our ship, our division, whatever we do, and then we get the deployment orders, and on a Friday you're sitting on your couch, and on Sunday you're in we leave on a Friday, and you're in the combat zone staging on a Monday, and combat operations start on Wednesday. So I mean, the turnaround to get there is a lot faster now than it was. The transition time is cut in half at least, if not more. I mean, during World War II, we had to hop on troop ships. There was no cross-Atlantic flying, not in mass numbers anyway. You got on a troop ship or a Liberty ship, and you crossed the Atlantic, got to England, offloaded all your stuff, got to your camp, trained up, and then waited for the operation to kick off. And in D-Day's case, it was 2 years. So there was a 2-year prep time to get your head right and get your head in the game and get ready to go take on the Krauts. Nowadays, it's you train up, and pretty much, in my experience with OIF-1, with my own preparation, was we got an influx of Joes, and we trained them up, and then, well, I went down, and then they deployed, and then during the time before OIF-1 kicked off, we got a whole new set of Joes and NCOs in that I worked to train up a bit, and then got them familiar with Charlie Rock SOP as best I could with what I knew with what I had, and then sent them over, and then in March '03 it kicked off. So there's a little bit of a lead up, but definitely not 2 years worth of lead up as far as being deployed in country and getting in the right mindset. So, and I'm getting a little long here, but I'm going to keep going on this a little bit. There's a whole, it's two different worlds from World War II to now, and there's things about the World War II aspect I like better than what goes on now. So anyway, time for some push-ups. You gonna do some push-ups? Yes, no, maybe? We gotta go. I mean, this one's a long one. Three, two, one. Thanks for joining me, kid. I appreciate it. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good job. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 1 for the airborne ranger in the sky. 1 for the infantry. 1 for the fallen. Ugh.
You said 1 for the fallen.
Yep, and you fell.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a ha ha funny funny.
Alright, so YouTube channel, that _push up_guy tough. Facebook, actually with YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please share the videos when you find them, comment on them, leave me your thoughts. Facebook, Jim Tough, and about 20 Facebook veterans groups. I'd appreciate shares in there. If you can't share from where you find it, please come to my page and share from there. I'd appreciate it. If you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. There is absolutely no shame and no weakness in seeking help to make sure you stay here on this plane. Do what you got to do to be here. Bottom line is, do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this. We'll see you here tomorrow. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Tap out.